Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel, featuring Harran and Harranism. And of course, the man in the middle that you see here, Wali Thabit ibn Qura al-Harrani. So, that's who I'm playing as, this actual historically attested character. Well, semi-historical. And flanked by him is his wife, Draga, who is of Serbian origin. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I said Serbian, I didn't stutter. In case you didn't see the first episode, for whatever reason, his wife is Serbian, because in a little bit of that backstory, when he was living in Baghdad, with the House of Wisdom, and when he, in his married life, like thinking, well, who's his wife, since it was never historically documented? And since it's randomly generated, I picked an intelligent slave girl. And this slave girl turned out to be Serbian. Go figure. I mean, it's entirely plausible that it would end up here regarding the, the trade. But anyways, and of course there's his son, who is currently 6 years old, Sinan. Son and heir. And that also makes things quite interesting as well, as we will continue this playthrough here. Yes, that means all of his children are half Serbian and half Arabic. Serbo-Arabic. It's quite a... if you were to create a hybrid culture. In fact, go to here. If you were to form a hybrid culture between us, this is what it would have been called. Serbi-Sami. It would also be known in plain as Serbo or Serbian Levantine. No, Mashriki. I remember. Mashriki. Oh, and also, I just noticed this before I clicked on. The Serbian culture knows mods, onagers, currency, McLaren assemblies. We do not. I mean, they know some things in their field, but obviously here we know a little more. And the culture head is the Amir, who is going to be the future Caliph. Line of succession. Yes, he's going to get the Sunni Caliphate as well. Just making sure. Now, let's get back to the situation at hand. I recently returned home in Harran after I won a tournament. Yes, a tournament. It had the contest, I should say, that I won, a recital contest, which, that was to be expected, because look at my learning and look at my diplomacy, especially with, helping by my spouse, who I had to bring her with me because I didn't want her to be the regent, because she's the court physician as well. Which again, she's intelligent and she knows plenty of things. Well, shrewd more than intelligent. And not to mention, pleasant to look at. And she's a cunning politician as well. I mean, yeah, you're a bit malnourished. Emaciated. Health is poor. Gosh, I wish I could help you. I mean, did I bring you with me in my travel? Oh. I fear that he may not be long for this world. And if he dies in his sleep because of poor health, then I would feel that it's my fault. I mean, he's my ward. That means I brought him with me during the tournament trip. Did I bring any more with the trip? Gosh. I mean, you're fine. It's just, oh, I made a terrible error. Why did you bring the children during the trip? It's because nobody could watch over them? Well, I mean, they're still playing a good use. If we want to have more children, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities for that. I mean, I'd rather have legitimate children, no concubines at this time. I mean, I would have right now if it wasn't for... Just calm down, man. Just calm down. You have 50 gold, and in about 19 months we start making some real money. And also to reconvert this land back from Sunni to Harania. And we'll kick the minorities out of here. So that way there'll be some monetary gain with this. So I feel that I am inadvertently, during this trip, starting my children out, thus creating a tiny bit of succession crisis. And likely breaking alliances when they all die from starvation. Oh, I'm a horrible father. Nah. I gotta ponder on this. Well, first, say too if you can, wait. Plan on a border raid for a small chance to try to get some gold. And develop the capital, which I'll be in a tiny bit of stress for this, but not too terribly. I need to go meditate. Comfort of my own castle. Anything else? Well, this isn't going to be a good episode. Right off the start, I can tell you that right now. And it's going to be my fault. Whoever fault it is, decided to bring the children to go to that recital tournament, which I won. Well, and my prize was this ring. I'm supposed to be meditating, but I am wandering down a bustling alleyway with my friend Al-Mutadid, the future caliph, eventually, when he suddenly disappears. I turn to see him deep in discussion with a merchant whose wares appear to consist mostly of curious little trinkets. Al-Mutadid, with his transaction completed, ambles back to me, thumbing his new purchase distractedly. It is a religious icon, not of your Haranian faith, my friend, but of mine, he explains. A smile across his face catches a glimpse of my own symbol, suspended from a chain around my neck. I've always appreciated how you treat me so well, despite our theological differences. Perhaps I could learn something from him, which I did. Increase the learning by 1, which every little bit helps. Because after lots of hard work, I finally learned the Slovenesku language, also known as Serbo-Croatian or Srpsko-Hrvatski. Endless hours practicing accentation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Valia Draga's accent. I'm sure she would be impressed with my results. And of course, Srpski, or Serbian peasants, now respect me a great deal more. If they were any of them that actually live here, besides Draga. Well, perhaps I should send a letter to her. Switch press of my knowledge. Alo, kako se radiš danas? Dobro. Still got it. Yeah. Unfortunately, the planned border raids against Navs was not successful again. After a portion of my unskilled raiders, my prestige suffers somewhat. Now you say other cultures are not welcome here. If you're gonna get rid of Syrinx, that's fine. If you want to turn this to a bit of Mashriki land here, I'm okay with it. I just don't want any other faiths here. The muscles in my shoulders feel sore all of a sudden. They were fine this morning. Nothing else seems wrong. What's going on? This will be a problem. Ouch. Suffering from sore muscles. Tiny penalty. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm a novice physician that I learned it back in my day. Oh boy. Think. It's only 2 years. Oh, learn another language. There's another language that you should learn that's rather important. You should learn Armenian, the language of a potential enemy. Again, I'd rather have a Muslim liege than a Christian liege, because we syncretize with the Muslims, not the Christians. The Armenian Apostolic Church, to be exact, are those Christians I speak of. Retreating to the privacy of my chambers, I began an extended period of fasting and meditation. Not burdened by the trite concerns of everyday court life, I soon find myself spending more time just enjoying the simple pleasures in life. I'm glad I took the time to do this. It's a tiny bit of stress loss. I'm curious, however. Well, first... wait 1 month. Okay. I'm just curious regarding the hot springs visit. There are many notable hot springs in this world. I'm fortunate enough to live close to one. I should visit to distress and take my mind off the worries of everyday life. The hot springs visit is a type of activity, which again you find it only in Rice mod. It's available to many rulers as a way to lose stress. It has 2 activity options. Whether the visit will be more public, high-profile event, or a private, low-profile affair instead. There are a few unique hot springs found in various places around the map, such as the Fountain of the Sun in Siwa. If you are in a realm with one of these locations, you can earn additional bonuses like useful character modifiers if you decide to travel there. Again, I'm not going to spend my money, I just want to look at it. You lose more stress in private, gain less prestige. Public is high profile, where you gain more prestige but lose less stress. What are the chances to have, you know... Again, this is all irrelevant. Hot springs I could think of within the Abbasid Caliphate. Wonder why is there 2 of them? Like, 1 there. And the other is capital, which makes sense. But the nearest unique hot springs is in Siwa, all the heck way over there. And it appears he's gathering to go raiding, I see. And I wish I could do that if I have a little more levy numbers. looking. You know, when he passes away and the realm splits between his sons, maybe I can go get this piece of land here. That's the idea. Once I'm done converting, I'm gonna go tell my court shaman to fabricate a claim here in Upper Kabul. For more crop fields. And then once I have a bit more land, then I can claim the liege title and have it to myself. And then figure out a way how to get out of Armenian influence and get back into the good graces of the Caliphate. Because the Armenian Principalities doesn't exist, the title, but the Kingdom of Armenia is. So we need to get out of this and... Or do the other alternative option is don't claim that title and go join this. Honestly, I think you're better off living under that than have a duchy for yourself, so that I can claim a bit more land, tiny bit. That's what I'm going to do in a long term, because this is clearly a decentralized realm of his, which would be a potential kingdom if he were to make a sultanate for himself, unless I'm going to do that. Which, as a reminder, people, the major goal of this series I have is to revitalize the Neoplatonic Academy. To do that, you've got to be at least a kingdom of a level of splendor up to Noteworthy 3, which we're quite a long distance away from making that happen. But the devoted servant thing, oh, that's easy. Just go on a pilgrimage, and a pious pilgrimage especially, to make that happen. It does not say anything about you have to be an independent ruler. No, you could stay within the Abbasid Caliphate to revitalize the Neoplatonic Academy. So that's what I have in mind. Yes. Okay, you're not going to raid. So, it's time for a break from Sinan's routine master plan. I think it may be a good time to pass along some of the values of how Harran needed him. Now listen, my son, sorry for, starving you here, making you malnourished, which is a bad penalty. But if we can try to power through into 2 years, then as long as you don't get sick by that time, then there is a chance. Maybe there is a chance. Well, if I had a lot of money, like if I suddenly win a lottery, I'm going to be spending on a feast, and then we're going to have a feast and get rid of malnourished. That's the idea. But I don't think children could be allowed to join feasts, but that's the idea here. So, I'll say, I will hone his skills by the house Harani traditions. As you are diligent, and will remain so, as you increase your diplomacy. It's good. Now, look. For example, for this feast here. Like, say, if I were to bring guests, I don't think children are allowed. No, this is an adult thing. So, I'm boned. Just hope they don't die, okay? When they grow up, their health actually increases a little bit over time. Oh, is she ill? Oh, she's gonna be the one to go first. Kamala. She's gonna be the first. All I could say is please treat her well. Give her that huge health boost, which isn't enough. Because that disease resistance that was 3 penalty, and this slightly negates it. Huge is better than severe, I believe. It's the opposite of severe, I think, but... Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I need those additional taxes so I could spend more money on things that are a much bigger priority. Which, again, got 9 months. Wish we had a better steward, but there's no one better. And I'm not going to spend my money to look for more talented guests, if there are any here. Experienced commander. We can always have more children here. My precious Hayevren notes are scattered all over my study. And the ink-soaked raven is still flapping its wings all over. How did it even get here? Who covered it in ink? A letter for you, my Wally. I turn around and snatch the message. A real shame what happened to your notes. But look on the bright side. Your writing is already similar to crow's feet. The gods. I saw. That man. That man. I'm not a wrathful person. No. You gotta be calm about it, but I'll just say, my notes. No. So much work. Gone. How dare you? I ought to have you fired for this. But he still likes me anyhow, so there's a possibility that we may get over the rivalry. Worst need to see symptoms. Declate the Syriac might be another person to go soon. My son Sinansis is having a difficult time with our latest feast. He sneaked out early and was not seen for the entire rest of the evening. You gained a strong trait. Oh, he's gonna live. That boy's got courage. Yes, you're still going to be malnourished for the rest of your adult life unless you hold feasts when you become an adult. And of course, I got to remind myself I'm trying to do the number in my head. 8 plus 8 is 16. Yes. 8 plus 8 is 16. So, we got about 11 years till we got to pay for that wedding. So, as for your son, I could make him a glutton. I could make him a glutton. Maybe that'll get over his malnourishedness, but no, he's got the strong trait now. He'll live. As long as he doesn't get sick. Okay? As long as he doesn't get sick. Impatient. He's not going to have the learning. But he can go faster, but it's going to hurt his travel safety. If he were to become shy instead, it's a little bit less attractive, a little more travel safety, and more time for him to learn the language. Speaking of which, no. He can learn it for himself. Because his learning skill is going to be good enough. Based on who we are as a people. Expedite schemes decision to grant exchange for stress. If you have better things to do, do those instead then. So, my boy's gonna live. Elisha is no longer my caravan master. Died in his sleep. He was 41. Oh, he was one of the malnourished. Well, I'm not traveling anytime soon, so there's no need to have any urgency to hire a new caravan master at this point. Because you know where my money is going to go. I'm just worried about my daughters. They're the ones who are malnourished as well. Why did we bring the children on the trip to... What was the place we went to? That's part of it. It was in Kufa. When we went to Kufa. Months. But at least it'll cost less to hold a feast if we want to hold a feast. Just to get rid of the malnourished trait for everyone who has survived childhood starvation. Which, in matter of fact, if we can survive one more year, nobody's going to be emaciated anymore. Anonymous one. In a meeting with my Amin, spy master, Diglett, which, by the way, you got over your illness. Diglett told me one of her worries regarding my personal safety. As I've accrued rivals or nemesis, there is a risk that these persons might plan an assassination on me, not only through a subterfuge scheme, but also by a direct attempt on my life. As things stand, Diglett advised me that it would be wise to get rid of my rivals and nemesis in order to increase my future security. And the knowledge of threat is just theoretical. That means I'm appointed to see and prepare for the dangers of every quarter, but my life can possibly be on the line if I must decide what to do. Thank you for the warning. Now, look. We kind of don't like each other, but he still views me positively. Because we're open-minded fellows. Yes, we were mad at each other. But is he really the kind of person that would... I mean, he's a lackey, so he's very generous. I don't think he's the type to murder. Plus, his intrigue skill's too low. So, I don't think we're in any real danger. Unless he did something really wrong. Like, if it is indeed an attempted murder, I can imprison him just as easily. But there's no chance of that would work. Because my intrigue is low. I mean, I would love to imprison him, revoke his title, and get all the money that he has. That's something I would do. As the door to the burger chair opens, I'm not greeted by a smile of midwives and crying baby, but said while it jogs heart-wrenching wails. I'm so sorry, my lord. The midwife does not look at me in the eye. Her arms in a tiny colored bundle. Your son, he's in the underworld now. My son? In the underworld? Oh, she's ill too. But she's a physician, so she knows how to treat herself. This would have been my third son. Instead, he's in the underworld. Underworld. Why is it not heaven? I mean, is it really called that in Harranian heaven? Simply underworld? I mean, it's a generic term for, you know, pagan afterlife. But still, underworld. Unless you want to save up a little more money and upgrade that for further, but yeah. Missing that amount of money. So now we make 2 a month. Here's the next thing I wanted to do. Go for hunting grounds. Now I make a little more money, but also a little faster on the hostile raid time. Or no, when they raid us, it's going to be a little... While we have a little bit of defender advantage, and get a little bit of levies. Also increases the hunt sighting chance. and the success chance if I were to go hunting for whatever reason. It's only going to take 2 years. And then after that, then I will see to if I will increase the levies by either barracks or militia camps. Likely the latter, because we have skirmishes. Just want to increase the levy size a bit. It's only going to be 10 years or so before that man kicks the bucket, and then these two sons here, they're going to split the lands into two, and I will take this over eventually, so I can have some more crops for myself to make more money on, as well as get it under full control, and then we'll fight for. Well, I believe it's better to fight for the independence than to get for this. Amira, and go. No, because Armenia. That's what. Even if you do find independence, you would be at them directly. Then you would have found your own independence and join them. Actually, you have to get this, and then get out of Armenia. Spliced Twine by the Lake by Bagrat of Azurum. A truly great collection of Armenian poetry. Hey, most peculiar idiot. An ignorant lord lacking in wisdom. It must have been dropped on his head by his mum. Oh, what cruel fate's destiny doles out, when the world allows such stupidity to sprout. Perhaps I should try my hand at poetry too. Well, I find myself quite talented. I think I will try. I mean, I won a recital contest. I might as well become a poet. If I were to take part in more recital tournaments, I would definitely be winning all of that all the time. Plus, diplomacy per level of fame goes up. And also you lose more stress that way, as Thabit enjoys spending his evenings giving rhyme and verse to his thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Definitely sounds like him. Every little bit helps. Oh, he's no longer malnourished. He's eating again. Yep, everybody's no longer malnourished. It's just... my children are going to be fine. Especially Sinan, who is strong. But we do not know if he has my smarts. Little darling Kamala. I'll raise you as well, as you are pensive. Yeah, you can have the stewardship focus. Ismat hasn't reached that point, and neither is this one, so the other two little ones, they're not out of the woods yet. I mean, you're no longer malnourished either, so everyone's going to be fine, for the most part. Oh, that's a relief. Great relief. Maybe eventually I'll go on another trip. To take early a pilgrimage to Baghdad. That's what I plan on doing. We just gotta take safety precautions next time. So this wouldn't happen again. Peasant revolt. Interested in learning shorthand techniques. That's what he's doing. And he's a rhymer. I mean, yeah, you did take part in that recital tournament that I mentioned earlier. That I can see. His match shown Curiosity's ancestry is growing to be more like a child of Al-Hassaran. He is diligent. Caliph al-Mutaz. You are 29. He's incapable and melancholic. He's in a coma, ruled by a regency who's going to be the next, Caliph to come. And unfortunately, that means that man is craven, which would be very, very bad to have. Unless I decide to do something about that. Because, I'd rather get rid of that man and let my friend be the one to be the next Caliph here. Because he is also craven. Son of a beeswax. Very dishonorable, very cowardly. Because what if the Armenian principalities be the one to lead a faction of independence? In fact, what if it is already there right now and I don't even know it? In fact, you can't even know it. How are you supposed to know? And speaking of knowing things, actually no, don't risk it. What I was about to do was to go tell her to find some secrets in here, but I'd be risking the possibility of an assassination attempt by this rival who is a little friendly with me. Key word little. So please be patient. That's the key. Sanction loopholes. Increase by 50% the base learning bonus to speed to get a claim. So once we're done converting, I'm going to fabricate a claim on that neighboring. I was about to say county. What's the Arabic word? Liva. So again, fabricate a claim, but don't engage in that yet. Unless you want to... Actually, no. That would not work. Very bold, which means even if I were to ask to say, hey, give me that county, when we have a claimant faction, blackmail him, even though he'll say, no, that's war. Plus, he's got a bit of dread in him. Learning Armenian is hard, really hard. I feel there's no more room in my head. It's full. As soon as one word enters my mind, another falls into the abyss of forgetfulness. Struggle with every lesson. I'm making no progress whatsoever. Fortunately, Harun is always there for me. Keep it up, my benign friend. I believe in you. He keeps saying I am really blessed. We've been friends for a long time. It doesn't say when we became friends exactly, but it was part of the backstory. That was the background. I can always lean on Harun for support. You are my best friend. A best friend is a special relation indicating a lifelong dedication to support. It is a stronger special relation than a friend. A character can only have one best friend, and that shall be him. Canvas showed endless patience helping me learn Armenian. Grew to enjoy each other's company. gained a little bit of stewardship. There we go. No longer emaciated. So my children are gonna be okay. I don't know why, but today I'm in a strangely good mood. It's not so much that I'm feeling euphoric, I just feel at ease and at peace, no matter what stressful things come my way. Today isn't too bad a day either. Yeah. All is well. And since I have nothing better to do, I'm gonna go meditate. Let's go to the Arab shrublands of Saruj, which is moderately challenging to meditate in, and I'm more likely to gain theological insights at this here location. So yes, that means I'm going to go meditate over there. So, just get rid of these options. No cost. Just going to go to here. There's 10% of danger. I mean, I'm in no immediate danger. It's only a short trip. Nobody come with me. All packed and proper. We finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Harran to our next destination of Saruj. As we depart from the holding, our mounts start treading new ground. I'm certain we'll return soon in one piece. I'm only going to meditate for 6 months there, as I'll begin meditating here. So, and at the same time, I've finished Armenian. So hopefully this future man will be more amenable, as he will be holding 2 kingdom titles. He will be the undisputed master of all of Armenia. Now, what other languages can we learn? 4 out of 9. Oh, I know. Is there a Kurdish ruler around here? Kurdish, yeah, there you go. I'd like to learn Kurdish from you. Because when we went to that recital tournament, there was me, the Arab, wife Serbian, children half Arabic, half Serbian. We had a Kurdish mercenary captain, and we even had a female Sogdian merchant. Just taking my sweet time out there, even though it's in the middle of winter, which isn't really advisable. Patience. Peace. He's become compassionate. And loyal, too. Well, son. Looks like you are the man for the job. Well, once he becomes a man. I woke up today, sore limbs, experiencing vomits, persistent cough, with extreme lack of energy. It's probably just a passing ailment, but there's always the nagging possibility of being something far worse. Hope everything will be alright. And again, I have my supportive wife. She'll treat me just fine. Plus, illnesses come and go. And keep in mind, this is a series as featuring the Dark Ages mod, where sicknesses are pretty frequent. Which, fortunately, the illness affected me disappeared progressively over the last few days. With a sigh of relief, I returned to my normal life and duties. That didn't break my concentration of my meditation. I got some pretty good meditation skills. The dry airness surged scrublands filled my lungs and scoured my skin. After many days, I found myself slipping to a vague state. Losing my sense of self entirely, unbound by desires and preconceptions. I saw the truth of the universe written in the very fabric of the world around me. I could see everything, understand everything. The universe and I as one. Eventually, I returned to my own self, though I still remember the fragrance of what I learned from my trance. Alas, I increased my learning by 2! Oh, I guess it was worth it. Even when I got sick while over there, it still didn't deter me. Thank the one. I could go inside. And I increased 1 trade experience in horse. Yes, horse. Do more of those trips, and then you'll gain some prestige. Do more of that, more prestige. Do even more of that, then that's... Now. Damn, I need to be active. Alright, Hunter Lodge is complete. Now, all you need now is to build a militia camps, which you need to get up to 90 gold. And plus, it increases chances of any sightings of possibility of animal hunts. I mean, I don't have the Master of Hunt employed, and I don't need to. All you need is a core physician, and that's that. And a caravan master whenever I feel that it's time to go on a long trip to somewhere. How much is a pilgrimage to Baghdad? I'm just looking. Worldly, for example. And that's what I plan on doing in the future. How much does it cost if I were to say, I'm going alone, and makes it even more dangerous. More piety will be earned. 22. That's how much it costs. Ah. Right. It is time for a break from Sinan's routine lesson plan. I think it would be a good time to pass along some values. Well, now it's going to be a possibility of getting more stewardship or more diplomacy. Stewardship. Hopefully he picks up intelligent or something along those lines. Again, it's not known to us. You need a guardian. Have mother educate you. Actually, hang on. Let me restart. Yeah. Okay, we don't know if she'll get any of those things, but she's rather pensive. And just impregnated her again. After spending so much time as a guardian, Wali Draga of Harran, becomes clear my child adopted her culture. Okay. Ismat Thabit. I don't know why you decided to go Serbian, even though I did not tell her to go to Serbian, and clearly she did. Truly. I mean, as long as it's Haranian, it's okay, but since you adopted that culture... Could that mean he could become stubborn because that's what Serbs are known for? For being staunch traditionalists? Stalwart defenders. Prestige of gold winning defensive walls. There are some benefits of being Serbian, but clearly it's a culture that can never ever be accepted nor hybridized with because of who they are. Now, anyways, I've been corresponding with your Wazir, Chancellor, Harun. I must come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you are even someone that one day will be proud to be called my friend. Thank you very much. He isn't going to pass till he's in his 60s, I believe. Well, here's the new Caliph. I fear, due to his content and craven trait, if anybody decides to form an independence faction, he's going to likely let them go without a fight. And that means I'll be stuck under Armenia. And of course, it's not advisable to fight against the Armenians. I mean, sure, we have our alliances and such as this one. But my main concern is that tradition of theirs. Highland warriors and hill dwellers. Well, Highland warriors mainly. The rough terrain expert commanders are to be expected from them. And they'll fight much better in the hills. So if I were to fight, just make sure it's in your turf. Don't go up to their place with the hills, because there's plenty of hills up in Armenia. Yeah, that would be my idea. If independence were to occur, I need to get out of Armenia and get back into the Abbasid Caliphate. Because I feel safer within a Muslim liege than with a Christian liege. That's the reason why we're saving our money. Like get up to at least 100 plus amount of gold. We'll have militia camps. And if time allows, increase the size of the men-at-arms, which it'll cost you 44 to do that. What? She's taking Regency as he's going somewhere. Kamala will get her diplomacy. Where are you going? Is that a holy site of your religion? No. What's he going up there for? Oh, hunt. Okay, he should have moved the mouse to go to the wheel symbol. So he could say he's going somewhere. So he's going hunting. If he has any enemies, which he doesn't, I was hopefully he gets killed in a hunt. Hell, I should even be careful considering about going hunting. Knowing that man may never know, he'll stab me in the back. My daughters, twin daughters. Twin Serbo-Arabic daughters. Katira and again, I'm the kind of person that would say, twin names. Thana and Mina. Yeah, those are twin sounding names. But you gotta have more children. The more children and more living members of the house you have, then increase the round a little further. Maybe we should start considering getting concubines. How'd you like to be my concubine? I mean, you've been good to me. How much does it cost in prestige to invite Debutantes? 150 prestige. Yeah, that's fine. Just find another pretty woman to be your concubine. Talented Debutantes have gathered from across the realm presented for. After careful consideration, the court has come to consider that the most qualified to join your court will be among Gunnar, another woman named Gunnar, or Marwa. Let me see. I mean, you're all 16. It's likely going to be you because knowledge. Knowledge is power. This one's military. And this one, lustful. To be frank, that high intrigue would be ideal. So, Mara is the best candidate, though. You're an asexual, and that's fine. fine, I say, because I'm not concerned about who you're attracted to or not. Because first things first, I'm gonna make you my concubine, because you are lustful. I mean, you're just lustful anyway, despite being an asexual. And plus, you're rather paranoid. Plus, gotta new him in. Someone who's far more skilled into this field. Especially a little bit of faster progress when we would look for some secrets. In fact, how fast can you find a secret in that? 4 months. Okay, do that. All babies cry with little Thana. There is no end to this tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, for Frobra makes everything worse. Your daughter's not getting away as she should. We will take good care of her, my lord. But in the end, her life is in Saturn's hands. Keep well in mind, in the Dark Ages mod, children are more sickly often. I mean, increased chance of sickliness, I should say. I mean, I would like to get a hook on that man. A strong hook, preferably, if he's got any secrets. I mean, he's lived a long life. I'm sure he's done some things that there might be some secrets that may be revealed one day. Or perhaps one of these two. Which, by the way, those two are missionaries. The elder son is the head missionary, while the second is just a missionary. So they're looking to spread the faith. Mind and body. The further I delve into my studies, the more apparent the link between mind and body becomes. Too much worry can make you sick, but the mind is no stronger than its vessel. My wise friend, who is the Wali, and future Caliph. He journals about his worries, it swears he eases his mind. I also read about the benefits of vigorous movement to soothe frayed nerves. He's a journaler. 50-50 shot. Either become athletic or had a good exercise for 15 years. I'll go for a run, which I gain in exercise, but not athletic. The latest work of my acquaintance Amir Ahmad, who's from what is that duchy called? Al Udurun. Al Udurun. Would that be Gali? Anyways, his work has become all the rage accordingly. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss. Not a match publicly dedicated to me. Regret and regret. Is this a curse, perchance? To cast them aside of nary a glance? When one so great falls so far, all lives, our plans, are left as so far I kept thoughts of myself with a buzz, grown too dramatic to ignore it much longer. No, I need this. No, you need to lose stress, obviously. Ahmad, I can see this is truly heartfelt. It's a mournful poem, but I like it. I truly do. So yes, I'm going to start having children of child of concubines. No secrets, really? Okay, fine then. Come back here. One of the children of court, Taimur, son of the Latif, back from all the way over there, has taken a wooden warrior of a younger boy and thrown in a nearby cave. My daughter was there and saw it all happen. Kamala threw a fit of rage and beat Taimur bloody. This didn't help the younger boy, who started crying even more. Seems that Kamala has trouble controlling her anger. Since you're going for stewardship education, if I were you, you should have made time or get that toy back. Oh, and she's got strong too. No wonder why she beat up that boy. Showing her strength that she knew she had. And I have learned Kurdish. Any other language that I should know? Ah, Persian. Or West Iranian language. How's your health? Oh, he's very good. He's going to be around for a long time. Just going to learn any known languages of the land that is relevant to here. Eight months. Now, go for... hang on. Wait one moment. As I'm out for a stroll around the market, a merchant calls me over, insisting she has something that will pique my interest. The scent of drying herbs and foreign tinctures overwhelms my senses as I approach the stall. She's rifling through her collection of dusty tomes and other treasures. After some digging, the merchant produces an old book and insists I need it for what is to come. How much? 20. I could haggle it. Hey, Draga. Need your help a little. That makes a little percentage chance. Or just take the damn thing. You could still lose your stress by other means. Give me the damn thing. I'd take what I need. I gain a little bit of dread for that. It's a tiny bit of stress gain anyway. I now have Fine Corpus Hermeticum. A monumental copy of the Corpus Hermeticum. Plainly illuminated and elegantly written. The cover is wood that has been painted to display a repeating image of a majestic bird. More monthly party gain. A little bit of prestige. Clergy opinion up, as well as the learning lifestyle experience. Interesting. And it kind of makes sense for a book like that based on who we are with, you know, esotericism. As I'm putting away my newly acquired fine Corpus Hermeticum, a slip of parchment falls out. Upon it are instructions for a practice called bibliomancy, where one might divine their fortune from a passage in a book. All I need to do is to open this text to a random spot and read its first fateful verse my eyes might fall upon. The temptation is overwhelming. I follow the instructions to the letter and select a passage at random from the text before me. Shivering with anticipation, I open my eyes and read, "Fear is the mind killer. A coward dies 1,000 tiny deaths, yet the valiant man dies but once." What am I to make of this? Fascinating. This requires further research. 99% chance of that happening. I gain more of that lifestyle experience, while I gain focused reading. I discovered the true meaning of this passage. I finally cracked the mysterious passage from the fine Corpus Hermeticum, and I feel much wiser for it. Thanks to that merchant, the threads of fate suddenly appear more clear to me. Fear may well be the mind killer, but I have faced my fear. Without fear, I died not once. Now I am a scholar. Which means +5 learning skills up to 50. Hostile and personal schemes success chances are up. So is the development growth. As well as the culture fascination progress if I was the culture head. I can wait another year plus to gain at least one more perk before I will switch over to wealth, because I'm so desperate for cash. So I'll probably go for anatomical studies to have court precision treatments, have better outcomes, because I don't want to give them a chance to screw it up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Get one more perk, and then Maybe we can demand payment to get more money out of him. Because trust me when I tell you, money's starting to become a priority, despite the fact that I'm a generous person. You know, regarding your level of fame... Oh, where is it? Due to my house traditions and the poet, I could gain diplomacy even more. That'll be ideal. Okay, let's spend it on the militia camps, which will take about 2 years. The bonfire sparks drift lazily up to the night sky with the smoke, but I can't enjoy the scene as I normally would. My rival, Isa, stands triumphantly in front of the fire, challenging me to approach. In his hand, my very own artifact, fine sword stolen from me by that snake. Not one step closer, Thabit, he calls him. Your precious foe burns if you move a muscle. That's my birthday gift, you son of a beeswax! Isa, return to me that which is mine. We have no further quarrel. He begins a response and moves my possession over the fire. Who does this fool think he is? Stealing? Are you afraid to face me? Does that mean he's the owner of the sword now? Yes. That's my birthday gift. For a few brief moments, Isa and I faced in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I'd have my sword ready to defend myself, while he clutches the sword firmly in hand. This fight may be only till first blood, but this doesn't ease my nerves. This is not to the death. It's first blood. It means who gets wounded first will be the winner. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Well aware that he is utterly outmatched, he hurls himself at me bodily, forcing me backwards with all the desperation of the doomed. Why would I do that? Strike, parry, riposte. An expert onslaught, throw out a further rapid attacks and counters. I gain a tiny bit of stress, because I'm calm. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes, jarring myself hard against his guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Unexpectedly, he managed to swing a vicious kick for my shin, momentarily hobbling me. My form is good, with only small errors. His stance is formidable. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. He'll never see this coming. I'll give him a surprise attack. I'll attack from an unexpected angle. See how it goes. Spotting a weakness, I throw myself at Isa, hefting my sword and driving him back with one powerful cleave. Spotting an opportunity, he lunges forwards and headbutts me, hard in the face, backwards, wrong foot. My form is decent, with some lapse. Isa's stance is passable. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all, and I see no way to claim my victory. You should try a legendary technique. Try to copy a famous move from my favorite book. By my favorite book, you mean the Fine Corpus Hermeticum? It says nothing about that. I'm just making up BS. So this will work just like it does in the legends. Oh, excuse me, the legends. The scripture of Harranism. So, because he headbutted me, we gained each other's dual handicap. That means I still have some prowess, whereas his is non-existent. I do my best to recall the legends in the spur of the moment. I try to help my sword as the heroes of old. It's enough for a solid blow against my surprise foe. He tries hesitantly to launch a quick slash at me, but the blow is easily swatted away. My form is good with only small errors. Isa stands a disaster. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far for victory. This is the Son of Death round, I believe, based on how long this duel's been. Ah, crud. This is going to be a Hail Mary move here. Taste the wrath of Mars, the god of war. Oh, Harry will fierce onslaught. Sword flying, I throw a hail of powerful cleaves on my opponent. Each blow takes a fearsome toll, requiring parries so hard that sweat started to pour down on a man's face just from defending himself alone. No one can keep up the level of effort for that long, and eventually, Isaac crumbles into dirt. I heft my sword and receive exhausted yield from my troubles. I am victorious, and thank you for giving me some of that experience in foot combat. Where there's smoke. Isa struggles to his feet, battered and bruised after our duel. His eyes burn brightly as the bonfire stands beside us. He sees me tuck my fine sword under my arm. As our companions wander back from the previous station from some way away, the conversation slowly trails off as they find a pair of us facing off. One victorious, one defeated. I look at my fine sword, and then back to the man who had risked life and limb to burn it. Let this be a lesson to you. You don't go stealing away something that was from my birthday gift. The herald announces the arrival of Parvin Alban. Parvin, who is a 48-year-old Sogdian Buddhist. Wow. Traveled a long way in the Silk Road. So see, for an audience. A dignified foreign woman bows before me until I bid her to speak. Most esteemed Wali Thabit of Harran, I am Parvin, a scholar currently assembling a treatise on political matters, based on the wisdom imparted to me over the years by several respected rulers. For instance, I was most recently a guest at the court of Elshan Turnik of Tel-Kerjajidi, Armenia, who provided me with an insightful commentary. My work, however, would stand incomplete without your perspective. I thus humbly request the opportunity to discuss the art of statecraft with you at your convenience, or a few evenings. We would leisurely cover a few broad topics, such as military history or administration, while the scribe would take notes for my benefit. Well, I do have some degree of intrigue skill nowadays, because learning from the job. A spy could hide behind your scholarly intentions. Again, she's loyal, herbalist, brave because she's traveled a long way, temperate and forgiving. Very bold, very forgiving. She has no intrigue skill. So I guess she's a nice person, so I will be happy to discuss such matters. So I'm not going to be suspicious of her. Plus, you're not the first Sogdian woman I met, but you're the first Buddhist I've ever met. Nightly political discussions. Parvin is ushered into the palace terrace, accompanied by her scribe carrying a small folding stool. My lord, thank you for making time for me tonight, she exclaims with a bow. Might I suggest we devote this beautiful evening to discussion of local state concerns? We can address the place of the Lord of Harran in a wider world next time. Please tell me what particular lesson would you like to teach future generations tonight? Scribe, ready yourself to mark down the Lord's wise words in detail. Well, since you are interviewing me, so to speak, since I'm a scholar and a gentleman, as I'm generous. I will say how to foster prosperity, which is something we're trying to work hard on here. nightly political discussions. Parvin returns a week later, with her scribe still into him. My lord, I must thank you for your patience, but this should be our last session. Tonight I seek your views on how the Lord of Harran compares with its predecessors and its neighbors. What the world should think of Harran. To be real honest, he would say how respected we are as Haranians. But I believe the better option is how honorable we are. The Book of Nightly Conversations Concerning the Affairs of State. A writer delivered a copy of a new completely Book of Nightly Conversations Concerning Affairs of State. Inside the cover page features a note from Parvin, expressing the author's unbound gratitude for our conversations. It is a voluminous tome, beginning with a comprehensive chapters devoted to the great powers of the past, such as the Achaemenid or Roman empires. In the middle section of the book, Parvin arranges notable contemporary states in alphabetical order. There lists Harran in good company. Good. Thank you very much. An important arrest. For a long time, spy master has been trying to capture an elusive spy. For long, he proved to be a shadow that is only left hid long after his operations were finished. He finally committed a mistake, led tomorrow to discover he's an agent and a relative to Ekshwane Sagarak of Agni, another Sogdian from Agni. That's far away from here. An arrest was made, and it's now up to me what to do with this impalatable character. What does he have to do with... Actually, we do have contact. Is that so? I mean, here we are. There's there. Well, there's a part of that. Actually, it is entirely plausible. He's a Sogdian. And they do have people of the Silk Road tradition, which increases diplomatic range. So we are in contact. Okay. I do want the money. So we'll ransom the spy. Just... I was about to say, what's up with the Sogdians coming to my doorstep? Like, we had a female Sogdian merchant, which did well for us. Then we had a Sogdian Buddhist who came all the way over here to write a political commentary about my lands and such, interviewing me. And now we have a Sogdian agent that came here, that came from all the heck way from over there, in the Tarn Basin. But I'll ransom for it. Although, they said they'll approve of my behavior. I mean, look, I'm a merciful man, alright? But give me the money. I would have tortured her to do all things and all that. But now I got the money. Now it's time for me to do a few things that I've always been wanting to do. Also, develop a damn capital. Keep it up. Every little bit helps with the growth. And try again with the border raid. I mean, it has increased a little bit, but let's give it another chance, okay? As the last vestige of ancient Hellenic learning, the Neoplatonic Academy in Harran is in constant need of investment from generous rulers such as myself, willing to overlook its unusual beliefs and teachings. So this will increase the chance that Haranian characters will spawn, and I will gain patron of the Neoplatonic Academy for 5 years. As to remind you people of this historical context, the Academy at Harran is perpetually intellectually descended from the Neoplatonic Academy based in Athens. That itself claimed intellectual descent from the original academy established by Plato. Whether true or not, Harranian intellectuals played a major role in the court of the Abbasid courts as scientists, astrologers, physicians, and more. Historically, it seems to have declined and vanished sometime in the 11th century, as the remaining Harranian pagans converted to other religions like Islam. In the name of learning, members of the Neoplatonic Academy in Harran are grateful for my financial and moral support. I hope that it will ensure they will continue to pass on the centuries of wisdom they possess to others. As members of an ancient but dwindling community, they're always in need of help, no matter where that help comes from. Very good. A philosopher. In my dreams, someone of notable appearance approaches me, with hair that is lightly silver, and eyes that are regal and wise, with the tone of gentle authority. He introduces himself as Ammonius Saccas, one of the ancient pagan philosophers, through my dream, though I don't quite register the importance of this. Regardless, he thanks you for all the support I've shown to the Neoplatonic Academy in Harran this year as well. My eternal thanks for your kindness, child. May the gods bless you. An Egyptian, a Hellenic, old school. He lived way back in the late 100s to early to mid 200s AD. He was in my dream. Wow. Okay. That's not the only thing I'm going to do next. Let me see. I mean, I'm 40 some odd years old, and there's still time for it. As a Harranian scholar, as I am, it is my duty to continue our tradition of unparalleled and renowned scholarship. I will work on writing a treatise covering a specific subject, which will earn me a special book artifact as well as a corresponding character modifier. For context, scholars of Harranian origin were stereotyped throughout the Middle East for their supposed knowledge that derived from their pagan background. A number, like Thabit ibn Korah, that's me, were heavily involved in intellectual milieu of the Abbasid court and the House of Wisdom. Your learning skill has to be 12 or above to make this. And currently not working on this. Now, where's my quill? I'm ready to write some things. As someone who is considered a Harranian scholar, it is time I made some contributions to the intellectual world. We Harranians can boast a long lineage that stretches back to the Neoplatonic Academy in Athens, and ultimately to wise ancient thinkers like Plato and Hermes. I prepare my writing instruments, as well as various books and scrolls written by experts that I can consult for research. I'm eager to get started. I start writing on this scholarly topic while gaining a tiny bit of stress with this. Anything else? I should make offerings to the Harran's Temple of the Moon. Against all odds, the temple to the moon god Sin has stood in Harran since even before the days of the Roman Empire. It is time I pay my respects to Sin by presenting the temple with some gifts. So I will either receive a boon of prestige or piety while praying at the Temple of the Moon. Context. Worship of the Mesopotamian lunar deities dates back to Sumerian times and was attested in Harran during the early medieval period. His sanctuary in Harran was called Overhaul, House of Joys, and was destroyed sometime in the mid-11th century by hostile Muslim leaders. Which you have to be of pagan faith, regardless which pagan faith it is, and as long as you live in Harran. And or either you have the title or the realm capital. It only costs you 10 gold. Prepare the gifts. Let me take a drink first. It is wise to pay the respects to the gods every now and then, no matter what form they take. I've decided it's time to pay my respects to the great Temple of the Moon in Harran. It is a legacy of the ancient world, adorned with idols to various deities, such as Tammuz, who was known to the Greeks as Adonis. At the center of the temple stands the idol of the moon deity, known locally as Sin. Though the walls are worn and the temple has definitely seen its better days, visitors say they can feel centuries of history bearing down on them. Anyways, I have offered the priest a substantial donation in offerings and sacrifices to show my devotion to the gods. Told you, I'm generous. I'm about to become distinguished, so I hope for divine favor from the heavens. As I become distinguished, which gives you +1 knight, and it's for bragging rights. Now we must pray to a planet. It is the stars that determine human fate, and that guide us in times of darkness, particularly the 7 planets. I will make offerings to these 7 sacred luminaries in a traditional Harranian manner. I will receive a carrot amount of it based on which planet I choose to pray to. Context. Worship of the celestial bodies, particularly the 7 classical planets, was common in Levant and Mesopotamia. Muslims of the early medieval period, for example, often stereotyped the pagans of Harran as possessing great insights to the skies for this reason. As long as you're a Semitic pagan, such as, Harranism, or any of those other faiths, most of which are dead off the beginning, but it's only those 2 that exist in the start. Prepare the rituals. Since ancient times, the pagans of Mesopotamia and the Levant have dutifully worshipped the stars and the planets. I too prepare the offerings at night on the altar and pray to the celestial bodies that they may guide me, nurture me, and protect me, as they have always done for humankind for countless generations. Tonight, as I stand outside over the vastness of the night sky and ask for the blessings of one of the 7 planets, this is for 7 years, so take your pick. Well, since I plan on switching to stewardship soon, so I will go for Mercury's blessings, or Nabu's blessing. There's a chance of that, okay? 57% chance I may get its blessing, or 42% chance that the 7 luminaries do not show any auspicious signs concerning my fate. But it has shown its favorable sides. Mercury or Nabu favors me. That's good. It's been a long day of the 4th of April for doing all of this. Let's continue on. When my midwife finally exits the birth chamber, softly crowned bundle, and I look to see the look on her face. I'm sorry, my lord. Lady Mara, the words fail her. The tone of voice says all. One life's extinguished, but a new one's just begun. I must stay strong for my daughter. She was that Debutant I brought in. She couldn't handle it. Name you Marwa. Name it after her. An honor. She was good to me. Not so auspicious at all. Well, it looks like you're going to get your old position back. Establish a trade route. Ooh, that's expensive. Wouldn't consider that right now. In a few months, we're gonna go kick some religious minorities out of here. Oh, Thana, the sickly twin. She's dead. if there's going to be another death, and also raid was unsuccessful once again. Okay, less than a month, and we're going to do something about this. Actually, don't go crazy with the money right now. Remember, the wedding. You gotta pay for the wedding. All the more reasons why we're gonna switch to wealth focus. Alright, Harran is back. Now let's go kick those religious minorities out of here. Just to make sure they don't come here again. The stability of my realm is threatened by worshippers of false gods. It would be prudent to remove them before things get out of hand. Mine is the land of believers in the One, but some of the peasantry have taken to following strange gods. It may be wise to expel them from the realm before they start causing problems for me and my fellow Haranians. And if they just so happen to leave some of their belongings behind, it would naturally fall to the Wali to ensure that these will be properly disposed of. The Sunnis are no longer welcome here, since they're the majority. Well, a large minority, I should say. We're the majority. I mean, yes, it has its positives and negatives. But I need the money, because I gotta pay for that wedding. Which, if you were to hold it right now... Well, we can't do that right now. Both of them have to be adults, so we'll find out in a few years. So, as I said before, don't go crazy with the money right now. But I still would love to go on a pilgrimage to Baghdad. A worldly pilgrimage, not a pious one. Because the restoration of the Neoplatonic Academy isn't going to happen in my lifetime. So there's no need for pious pilgrimages at the moment. Yes, I still smell. Now I've learned West Iranian or Persian. 6 out of 10. What else I can learn? Curse of the Haunted House. What the heck? What's going on over there in Khwarezmia? Learn the Khwarezmian language. Why the hell not? And maybe perhaps I'll learn Sogdian as well, since we've been getting a few of them here. Gunnar learned Svezko through observation. I'm surprised you have not learned Arabic. But at least we understand each other. When am I allowed to expel other minorities again? 10 years. Well, as long as these Nestorians don't cause any trouble. They're a small minority, so they're not a nuisance yet. The barmaid. By the one! A handsome man in our town at last, the barmaid says, blushing and smiling as I enter the tavern. I'm here to meet a few local patricians on official business, but it'll be at least an hour before this all right. So perhaps I could distract myself with this girl. I have a friendly chat with her, but nothing inappropriate. Plus, I got a lot on my mind. I'm trying to write something. Couple of days now. Gotcha. Okay, get anatomical studies where it costs less if I even needed a new physician. I mean, my wife's been good to me. Plus, court physicians better have better outcomes, so we don't want them to screw up, since sicknesses happen very often. Now, time to go switch to wealth focus, which I already have some stewardship experience because I went through the Epithet capital during the returning from the tournament. So that means I gotta get this, and as well as wait for events to pop up which will earn me more money. Because from now on, my main priority for the next couple of years is to save the money for the grand wedding, which will happen in the next episode. Kamala's my friend. Not just my daughter, but a friend as well. And she's also learned the Serbo-Croatian language, Serbian, if you want to be specific in context for the locality here. What's your aptitude? Good. No need for a new physician. You're still allowed to have more children. I don't mind if I go find... When is it? Oh, God, blasted. Don't even think about it. What I was thinking of is, maybe I should go out and start seducing people. Seducing some women. What's going on over there? Why are these two in the standstill? Is this a stalemate? You know, you are allied with me. Mind if I join your little issue? It's a tyranny war. And my troops could use the exercise. But don't expect me to lead troops in the battle. I don't have the skills for that. In fact, is there anybody with high martial? My wife? Well, there's Saba, which he's a forder. Which is good, because there's a river, and that would be no problem. But the issue is it's hills. And this is Armenian territory, and you don't want to fight the Armenians in the hills. But you are winning because they have not taken any relevant objectives. But let's be realistic. There's no money in this. Gained a favor hook on my liege. Excellent. I mean, I could switch to another contract or say, hey, make me the regent. Next time we do go on a trip, consider that. Look, in a regency, you could either fill your coffers, fill the armies, or promote authority. I mean, he isn't going anywhere in time soon. I mean, I could make myself the regent. Or I could change another part of the contract, which you don't need to do that. His money is not showing. Spy, master, admin. How long will it take? 4 months, okay. Find out how much money he has. Maybe we could demand payment from him instead. Because again, I gotta pay for that wedding. Which will happen in the next episode as these children will grow up. Court Shaman Yukana is considered by many a paragon of Haranian virtue. His spotless conduct and tireless work as a scholar and a preacher helped reinvigorate the faith significantly in the last few years. Next year he's going to be a man. And then in 2 years she's going to be 16. Yeah, I'm sure these two will get along. Because two completely different faiths. A grand wedding in Harran. Who would have thunk it? Well, since I got nothing better to do, I think I should go meditate again. I mean, stress is becoming a problem, so maybe I need to take it easy. Okay. Yes, I know they have more men than me. That's pretty obvious. Economic strength is approximately equal to mine. I'd want to know how much money he has, not talk about his income. I want to know how much money he has, not makes. And a chancellor of his has been spreading propaganda there. Kind word. My paths happen to be crossed with Amir Jamil. To my surprise, he does not have a great impression on my friend, the heir to the caliphate, Al-Mutadid. Let me tell you a story about him. I'll prove his opinion. You should respect him. He's going to be your overlord one day. Dynastic gamble. Recently, I became aware of rumors emanating from my council that mar my dynasty now, with federal being spread about my capabilities of managing my own. After a cursory private investigation of the matter, I was unable to pinpoint the guilty counselor, but I suspect Isa is behind this scheme. I must be on guard about the council's poor opinion of me. I'll attempt to mitigate the damage, so this option is available to me because I'm either august, arrogant, or diligent, or at least 12 diplomacy in my skill. I attempt to come clean of the rumors surrounding my competence or that of my dynasty, the success of which depends on my diplomacy skill, and others factors directly or indirectly with the task. 81% of no renown loss, or I will take a big renown penalty. We'll see if... We have more troops now. An adequate number. I mean, look, I could upgrade these buildings more, but I cannot. I gotta pay for the wedding. Alright, I have finished the treatise on the scholarly topic, which is hopefully another worthy Haranian contribution to learning. It is my hope that the knowledge I expounded in my work will be to benefit to humankind. At the very least, it should bring some fame and renown among the scholarly circles in the region. This is the Haranian treatise of solving mathematical problems. That definitely sounds like him. So, this is a treatise on algebra, covering topics such as solving equations, written by a Haranian scholar named Wali Thabit of Harran. A little more stewardship up, and so is the learning. As much as I would like to show around the region to hear of my work, but I'll say it was hard work. I'll send some copies to others, but not promote. Can't promote right now. I've learned the Khwarezmian language, which doesn't take much effort from that. Since I got a negative opinion on one of my counselors now, damn that man. Why does he have to be around a long time? Let me send you some poetry to make a higher opinion towards me. So, work about legacy. Oh, he didn't like that at all. But again, he's a nice man. He's not gonna assassinate me. Is he? Oh, let's find that. Well, for once, I'm gonna start looking to secret in my own court. 50-50. Stewardship. The religious gathering. For some time, I'm aware of the religious dignitaries in my realm, which doesn't say much. They're plotting something behind my back, far from life-threatening. Their plans to present a political challenge I must overcome. In reality, they are planning on hosting a grand religious meeting with foreign emissaries in my capital and are asking me to fund the whole operation. Supporting or not the plan carries good or bad political consequences. You want me to spend that much money? I refuse to pay for that gathering, so all my zealous courtiers, guests, and vassals will be incensed by my decision. Honestly, I don't care. But there goes my large number of piety. Now I've reached insignificant amount. Now you need to get up to 1,000. Get 1,000 more to your next level of splendor. Still got quite some ways away. Just remember, the average cost of a grand wedding is 290. So we may have to cut down costs for the upcoming grand wedding. There, lost a bit of stress. We'll end the episode soon. My son's gonna be a man in the next month, but will he become intelligent? That's the real question. Let's find out. My sister died, viciously dismembered by the orphan. Oh my God! Viciously dismembered. He murdered my half-sister! You should be terrified of me. I mean, what I would do to you right now is to get back at you. But yet... wait. What happened to all your children? Bleated sickly. Ripped limb from... He did this too! What is the matter with that man? He's paranoid. And yet he's honest about it. Oh my God. Look at this. He may lack cohesive strength. He's got frozen grief. Is this how he copes? That how brother-in-law copes? He's the most evil son of a beeswax I've ever had the... I can't even look at him anymore. Now, my son. With his coming of age, my situation to Sinan is at an end. As an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that he's done well in his studies of war and combat. He's shown great aptitude in both battle tactics and the management of armies. He'll make a fine commander one day, I'm sure. Wali Draga's contribution to Sinan's education cannot go unmentioned. Her guidance helped the child reach further than I could have alone. Skilled tactician and unyielding defender. And because, you know, of our culture of dryland dwellers, due to the culture head, the Caliph, he's decided to adopt the culture tradition that in 19 years we'll all be charismatic, where children tend to do better in diplomatic education and are more likely to become charming. And for all those characters, better personal scheme success, while hostile success chances scheme be increased. And that travel will be safer. And court grant. Interesting. Oh my god, what? I'm speechless about this. Man, I would have loved to live with him. At least you're intelligent. You may not be as well learned as I, but you're pretty good all around except the intrigue, as you are a nice man. Impatient, but nice. Very rational, very compassionate. He has a gift of duty. So we lost an alliance, but I am particularly horrified. Can he be reasoned with is the question. I'm sure he's had a few tyranny wars. In fact, yes, he made the killings, but did he fought any wars? Yes. Defeated one dethronement war, and hasn't happened since. I don't suppose you would want to re-establish the alliance, despite the, you know, the things you did. You will? Okay. But, please, please. Actually, someone younger. Get a couple of years, and then as the years pass, as he's dealing with some grief, maybe one day he'll pass away and he'll go away. Okay, Alliance is back on with that madman. No secrets here. Okay. I gotta get this man back on my side before he does anything really stupid. I'll end the episode as soon as it's January 1st. This is his capital, correct? Is this where you live? Yes. It's gonna take a while. Wally or peasant, high or low, does not matter. In the end, we're all mortals. I was reminded as I woke coughing in the early morning hours. A dull pain, a dull ache pounding in my head. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know fair. The steam rose from a cup of stirred green fountain. She explained the healing properties of the herb at length, or motioned me to drink it. The root is in there too. She both revealed. Excellent word, Draga. I'll be better soon. And with that, we will end the episode on that note as soon as it turns to January 1st. In the next episode, we're going to save the money and we're going to pay for that wedding. Yes, all about the grand wedding. That's what's going to happen in the next episode. in which depends on how much money are we going to be really spending for this, and how much we're going to get out of it, and as well as my standing in Harran in general and all that and more. So I hope you people have enjoyed this episode, which is, again, it's a slow burn, but things will get interesting in the next. So we'll see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.